So I had a media interview today with White House correspondent Emerald Robinson, and it went pretty well. She was nice, but it also went kind of like how I was expecting it to go, because it's a little bit of an anti-vaccine platform. And she started off by citing an article from Mercola, which anytime I see anything Mercola related, I just want to bang my head against the wall. Literally nothing that guy says is true. He is one of the biggest quacks, one of the biggest sources of misinformation out there. But of course, it's talking about like mRNA vaccines. Now, here's what's interesting. Vaccines have been used in livestock for like 100 years. But of course, the media is just now getting onto this, oh, mRNA vaccines, what about COVID vaccines in human? And they're skeptical of this, so therefore they should be skeptical of these mRNA vaccines. But I have interviewed numerous experts with decades worth of experience who explain it very well. Vaccine innovation has done wonders in the animal agriculture world. And as people are saying, well, we don't want any antibiotics ever. Well, it's like vaccine innovation has created that to where we don't have to use these antibiotics anymore. And so there's a lot of benefits to that. We can't have it all. But at the end of the day, healthy animals make for a healthy food supply, which makes for healthy people. So these mRNA vaccines that have been created are solving problems. I mean, you have PRRS, there's like the swine influenza, there's the diarrhea, there's all of these things that vaccines have helped save millions of pigs from premature death, that have saved the industry hundreds of millions of dollars in problems that we have had in the pork industry. Now, what's cool about mRNA vaccines is they can target something very specific. So again, it's kind of like nothing we eat is natural. Animals have been vaccinated for 100 years. Our food has been modified for thousands of years. The anti-GMO, anti-vaccine movement is preying on people's lack of understanding of the science to sell you a product. People are out there saying, well, our cattle and our beef are better because we don't use mRNA vaccines. Like, cue the next marketing tactic, just like natural, just like organic, anti-GMO, gluten-free, whatever label you want to throw on there. There's a million labels and a vast majority of them are nonsense. But they're out there saying, oh, our cattle are so much better. Guess what? mRNA vaccines do not even exist in cattle. They do exist in pigs, but they're also not even that commonly used. They're very expensive. But it's a tool in the toolbox should a farmer need it. So, it's interesting because she kept trying to tie it back to human vaccines and, well, the COVID vaccine did this. And, it's like, but did it do that? Like, what's your source of information? Because if your source of information is Mercola, well, there's your problem. Like, that's one of the biggest sources of misinformation. Like, just Google Mercola debunked and you'll find he is definitely one of the biggest quacks in the world. And so again, it's important to talk to the real experts, people that do this every day, day in, day out, decades worth of experience. I much rather trust them over some random media so-and-so on the internet. Take care, guys. Thanks for listening to my rant.